Hello all
Holy Mary, Mother of Joseph!
126 of you, and those of you who watched that Morshu video that only took me about 30 minutes to make, compared to a lot of the other content on my channel, taking actually about 4 hours to make. I thought I would try some talk content as I realized it connected with me when I saw other smaller YouTubers do it. I don't know how often I'll do it, and it doesn't replace what I've already been doing, and I really just hate doing one type of thing. So this channel started a year ago in June, but the idea has been floating around my head for some time in 2019. I'd always wanted to do YouTuber stuff while I was growing up seeing other YouTubers do it, but I had no idea what content I wanted to center around. In college, I studied 3 degrees at once. It's stupid, I know, but with that strain came studying transcriptions when I was learning how to write film music. Our teacher would have us take a portion of film music and transcribe practically every instrument, down to the last dynamic, articulation, and even being exact on what type of instrument it is. This was extensive work, but I realized when I did it, I began writing music like what I've been reading after transcribing, or at least I was referencing techniques from them. After college, I ended up being a teacher in 2 different countries by a huge stroke of luck. I was a teacher in an international school in Thailand during 2017, and about 2 years later, in 2019, I was an English teacher in Japan. I went into teaching with no actual college work to instruct me on how to do it. So how did I do it? I learned simply by actually just doing it, and when I didn't know, I asked myself, what did my previous teachers do? And what I learned out of it all is that I really love to learn new topics and teach them, even if I haven't fully mastered them yet. If anything, I believe a person who's constructively learning well and quickly can be some of the best teachers at the basic level. So that's my history over the past few years. So what am I doing right now? Well, apparently I have made transcriptions and, well, also memes on this YouTube channel. First, what is a transcription and why do I make them? A transcription is the rawest look at a piece of music. It analyzes everything about it and breaks it down into legible parts for a composer and songwriter. So you might have seen a video or two when you're searching for songs on YouTube. Most often it'll pop up for people trying to find a way to play the song on a piano. The most refined version of a transcription you would see in digital form would be a musescore.com video showing the keyboard at the bottom with sheet music in the middle. Well, these videos aren't all that popular, and even if it has to do with a well-known song, but I personally know why they aren't. It's interest. There's nothing that screams more boring than a page of music to a non-musician. I took inspiration from what Sheet Music Boss did with Synthesia, because it made piano showcasings look fun to look at for a non-musician. So what made me do it with pixel art? Well, back in the pandemic-induced doldrums of 2020, I discovered something I always saw and pretty much ignored. That would be pixel art. I actually sat there and tried it out earlier in 2020 and realized I actually loved it as an art form. I did study studio and digital arts in college as well and preferred digital art over traditional, but the 2 only things that I actually got good at was perspective and gesture drawing. I sucked at actually finishing a work of art and blocking out firm shapes with line art. Pixel art allowed me to sit there and ignore that and focus on actually sculpting a shape instead. And I've enjoyed referencing and recreating old pixel art and learning how it was constructed as a result. I just put 2 and 2 together for my YouTube videos, and a simple style was born. Why painstakingly redraw pixel art? Because I want to practice for designing video games of my own, and I have nothing complete at the moment. I'll let you know if I ever have any demos out, and I'll eventually be releasing some original music, since I'm obviously able to write music on this channel as well. There are some things I'm still working on, so I can't really discuss them in full. Life hasn't been much easier as well, since I've been working a part-time right now due to my teaching experience transitioning poorly to the States. I haven't really been able to do what I'd like at full-time, and I'm not even going to touch Patreon or donation services until I really come up with a consistent and reliable way to make quality things that actually matter to people. So to address the giant elephant in the room, I clearly make memes on this channel as well. I make them because I like them and have the ability to make some basic stupid edits. But no part of me expected that Morshu video to get any more than 1,000 views at most. And little did I know that the Morshu RTX meme instantly revived the entire Morshu meme as a whole. But I'll continue making memes at random, and that's just not all I do here, nor is it exactly the focus. With all of that out of the way, since I unexpectedly hit the 100 subscriber mark count just a few days ago by a fluke idea, I want to answer some potential FAQ questions now that I've actually used my voice on this channel. First question, I can't read music and I'm not a musician at all, nor am I interested. Well, I don't blame you. But I hope what I do interests you slightly in some way, and that I still want your input on these transcription videos. Although these videos are deep dives into songs, I at least want to use a blinking lights principle, or something that keeps your interest while you're watching it. I make original art on the side, of varying complexity, to make it all somewhat presentable even to a non-musician. And my hope is that the sheet music is at least interesting to you for like 10 seconds to just say, oh, hey, that's neat. That kind of thing. Second question, I'm a musician, but I can't read music. How does this help me? Again, these are somewhat deep dives, and if you want to prove your musicianship, you're in the right place. So don't panic if you can't read 4 lines of music at once. Secret is, I personally don't read music when I'm listening to the actual audio either. I'm only seeking to understand the structure of what's actually going on. You can use these things that I transcribe on this channel to improve your musicianship, even if you don't want to go to some crazy lengths as me to read every aspect of it. Melody maps and chords I place are some of the first basic things you should be taking a look at in my transcriptions. And of course, when I don't forget to put them there, or they just don't exist because the song has no key. Melody maps are incredibly useful as well to songwriters, as they are the smallest way you can actually write down music without needing a staff at all. Okay, so I don't care about reading music. I want to make stuff, and you said you teach. Is it all just transcription? Well, not always. Transcriptions is not what I want to do solely on this channel, and it's just been the easiest pipeline of production for me lately with my limited schedule. I plan to diverge into making some tutorials not for just music, but sound design, editing basics, visual design, design topics, even game design, and also general talk about life, as I've had some crap hit the fan for me over the past few years, and I personally learned a lot from it that I'd love to share to someone so they have some guiding post to respond to it. I hate just doing one thing forever, so don't expect me to just remain on transcriptions forever. And if anything, just give me a bit of time, because I have to step out of a comfort zone now that I've suddenly had a growth spurt on my channel. Next question. I like your memes. More memes. I am not a meme-focused channel, but I assure you I love making tiny dumb edits occasionally. I have a few currently in the works that actually have some effort put in them. Last question. How do you edit your videos? DaVinci Resolve, the free version. Screw Adobe, I am poor. It does everything I need it to. I can even composite my thumbnails in it rather than using Photoshop. I personally have Photoshop, but I hate using it because it's an old Elements license that does not run well on Windows 10. Otherwise, all of my pixel art is made in Sprite. If you want to make content, find every way to support smaller and more affordable programs rather than walking to the horrible business model that is Adobe. That wraps it up today. I have a ton of things to do still, and I hope you enjoy what happens here. You decided like what you already see here. Liking and commenting maintains the algorithm, and I'll see you next time.